before we actually do our side stretch, actually, a good alternative for those that can't take their arms over their head is just to swing the arms side to side and just get some movement through your upper body and through your spine, and continue to just twist and find a nice, lovely momentum. Now, if for some reason you can't take your arms overhead, you can continue to do this at your own pace. Otherwise, join me now as we take one arm straight up to the ceiling and take it across. It's as simple as that one to start off with. And reach like you're trying to grab, I don't know, a piece of cake. Although we don't really want food anymore. I'm sure we filled up over the weekend. Change sides. So I hope you had a really nice Christmas, guys. I did. Now, when you take your arm across, try to have your arm more back. We tend to lean forward. That's an exaggeration, but have it really side on over the ear for me. Okay, one more each side. Bring it across. Breathe. Good. And last one to this side as well. And that feels really, really nice through the sides. The next move that we are going to do is a combination of two moves. I'm going to break it down. So there may be people that will only stick with one part of the move. Otherwise, feel free to add it with both. It does incorporate a squat, but the upper body is the main focus that I want you to get out of it. So I want you to just take your arms into a position like this and look up. But you want this sense that you're drawing your elbows down to the sides of your hips here as you look up, and then bring your arms back up. So I'll repeat that. Bringing it down, looking up, feel a nice little engagement of the shoulder blades, and then back up, doing it side on, just so that you can see we're getting that back extension here for those that can do that. If you can't do the back extension, you can simply just bring your arms down and up. So here's where we incorporate the squat. So if your knees are fine and your hips are okay, the type of squat we're doing today is a really good hip opener. So let's have a try. So we're going to first come into our extension and look up. Now, as we bring our arms up, we're going to squat deep. Okay, really going to squat into those hips. And then we come back up and into our back extension. And then reach up and have that deep little squat, like a sumo squat. Feel that through your hips. 3 more if you can. But like I said, you can stick with the upper body. You don't have to do the squat. Good. And last one here. Nice work. And bring yourself back to neutral. All right. Not for long though. Okay. Take your legs wide. And then put the weight into your heels now as you come down. Now you can come down here, you can go down here, or you can go down here. The choice is yours. Take your arms out straight. Can you turn one palm up as you rotate the other one down? And then vice versa. So you get this movement through your shoulders while you are gently activating the legs. Okay, so we can do straight arm, or we can change it up and do bent arm, back and forward. And I want you to feel like a pressing motion into the hands on the top and the bottom. So press the top, press the bottom arm, press the top, press the bottom arm. Good. If your legs are getting tired, simply stand up. And do you feel like a warrior woman? I do. Good. Couple more. Press back and bring yourself back up. Well done. Okay. This next one that we're doing is just going to get the blood flowing. Okay, here's what it looks like. A clap of the hands as we side squat and stand up. And we're going to stay on that side. Are you ready? Let's go. Good to get the blood flow. Good to get re-energized if you've been stuck at a desk, or perhaps you haven't been very active today. Now you can take your step as big as you want. All right, halfway there. Give me 4 more. 4. Stick the bum out behind if you can. 3, 2, and last one. recenter. Let's take it to the other side. Ready? And let's go down. Let's add a pressing of the hands. Press, put some pressure into those hands and feel the shoulders connect. And now it is a squat. I kind of found myself doing a bit of a side lunge there. It's a squat, don't lunge. So both knees bent. All right, 4 more. I lost track of count. 3, 2, and last one here. Nice work. All right, we're going to kind of do the same with the lunge. Now, if your knees are grumpy and you're okay doing the squats, I would suggest you just repeat what we've just done. Otherwise, with a squat, the arms, let me get this right, the coordination. We're going to bring the arms together, and then we're going to bring them down as we stand up. You ready? All right, arms together, bring it down, and then bring your arms back down. Clap the hands and back. 10 in a row if you can. Whew. And get that circulation going. Only this morning I heard a doctor on the TV saying walking has such an impact on our brain function and the prevention of Alzheimer's. Last one, because it's all in the news about Chris Hemsworth, right? I think he's got some precursor to Alzheimer's, so it's in the news. You ready? Let's go other leg, down and up. And what he was saying was increasing that blood flow and the effect that it has on the brain and the neuro side of things helps us to prevent Alzheimer's. Just a few more. Last 3. 2. Good. Last one here. Nice work. We're going to take it to the floor already. So adjust your cameras if you need. But the one that I am doing today will be upright. And I like how it kind of gets into our hips and our glutes. So part 1, one leg out straight. Part 2, the other leg bent over that. All right. My right leg's across, right hand behind. All right. So once you're in that position, use the opposite arm to pull that knee towards the left shoulder or the opposite shoulder to the leg you're holding. Okay. So once you've got that, let's turn and look behind us. So I'm looking to my right, where my right hand is behind. And even though we're looking that way and we're rotating that way, it's more about the pull to the left as always. And if you want to increase that stretch, remember, always push the bony bit of your bum, your sit bone, back towards the floor as you pull the other way. Take a moment. And breathe. And let's slowly come out of that and change sides. Take the other leg straight, opposite leg bent, arm behind, and reach over if you can and pull that to the other shoulder. And breathe. And you're probably getting 2 for 1 here. You're getting that twist through your spine. You'll be feeling stretches somewhere around the back, but also the glute and hip area here. And breathe. Good. Let's slowly ease out of that. Going to be very unladylike here. Take your legs out into a V. And if you have problems sitting with a straight leg, you're going to bend your knees. Okay, so you have 2 options there, straight or bent. Okay, bring your arms out. Now, let me think about this. Actually, bring your arms forward, sorry, my bad. Okay, with your left arm, bend it behind and twist and then straighten the arm behind. Come back in, reach forward. Bend the right arm behind, twist and straighten your right arm behind, and then bring that back in straight. So we're going to find this flow here. Let's go again. Bend, twist, rotate, come back in straight, bend, twist, rotate, and bring it back in. If you're having troubles with your elbows today, all you have to do is add a little twist. You could pulse a couple times here and then take it to the other side and pulse a couple times here. All right, couple of versions there. Did you like one more than the other? I'm going to go one more each side. And last one here. Excellent. Okay. Give yourself a moment. Grab any band you want. Doesn't matter if it's strong or light. I'm going to go a bit stronger. Okay. All right. So, just thinking a couple of things. So what I had planned here was some rotations. Cross your band over. And we are going to do our single arm rotations where we go back, in, and then reverse. Okay, so you could do that. Actually, let's bend our knees. Reach your hands down a little lower. Okay, so it looks like this. And back, and then swap. And back. Okay. Try to keep your elbow at shoulder height as you do this. Twist and rotate. Good. Keep going. And back. We're going to go 4 more. Feel proud through your chest. 3. Last 2. And then last one here. Nice work. Uncross your band. Okay. So wrap your hands around once or twice. Anchor your elbows by your side and turn your palms to face up. So we're going to go into a bicep curl. So it's going to look like this towards the shoulder and then back down. And again up and down. Good. Now, Di, if your elbows are feeling a bit grumpy, everyone else keep going. Do you know you can activate your bicep just by pushing your hands into each other? Okay, nice static move, and then alternate and hold and press into each other for 10 seconds. So that's a nice alternative as well. I'm going to come back and join everyone else. Right, and go up and down. Let's go 5 more. Put some energy into those biceps as best as you can. Good. And last one, was it here? No, I think we had one more. All right, good. Let's keep that band around 1 foot and find the floor. We're going to lie on our back for our hamstring stretch. All right, so bringing the legs straight up. Enjoy the stretch through the back of the thigh. And you can hold it there. But what I might add today, just to keep it a little bit fun, I want you to actually drive that heel up to the ceiling and press it up, straighten the leg quite strongly into a good stretch, and then bend the knee, soften the knee and come out of it. And then press up straight, find the stretch, bring it forward if you need, and then soften the knee. Okay, otherwise, like I said, you can just hold it there. Many ways you can stretch the back of your legs. Push upright and back and again. I'm going to do 2 more, and then I'd like for us to stay with this leg and then take it across the midline. Now I've got my left leg up, so I like to put the band in my right hand and then just anchor myself down with the hand on the floor and take it across. Now you might not be able to see on the screen, but I've anchored my other elbow onto the floor and I have found the stretch for me. Now you can have your toes curl up and flex towards the knees to increase the stretch, but it's totally up to you. You can just have it there. Just enjoy that stretch. Give it a little while and breathe. And let's bring it back up to the center. I'm going to swap my hands and I'm going to take it away from the body and stretch my inner thigh. Now you might need to play where that height is for you. Maybe it's down here, maybe it's here, maybe it's higher, but you'll find it. Give it a moment. Breathe. All right, let's slowly bring that up and change legs. All right. So either hold the leg there or press and straighten, press and bend, should I say. So we straighten up, give it a good, nice, strong stretch there for a moment. And then we come out of it and soften the knee. And we'll spend a bit of time on this, just a few more. I don't know about you, but my shoulders feel pretty good after what we started with. I liked those little rotations. I'm always stuck in doing the same position, so it's nice to kind of challenge the joint and get it moving the way it was designed. All right, we're going to go one more with the hamstring press up, and then we'll take it across the midline. However, which way you like, there's no right or wrong. Okay. At the flexing of the toes if you choose, and breathe. Do some deep breathing and really soften where you feel. Have that sense of letting go. And let's bring it back up to the center and find the inner thigh, swapping it over. Enjoy. And it's always kind of good. My right leg's over, so I try to push my left hip bone or the back of my left hip back into the mat as well. And that'll give you just that little bit extra stretch with that too. Okay, let's slowly return to the center and let's put that band down to the side. I'm just going to come in a little closer to you guys. So we're going to do our side knees, but we'll start off with one variation, then we'll do another. I want your arms out in line with your shoulders if you can on the floor. And I want your knees together, feet together. Plant the back of the shoulders into the mat and gently press into the floor as you take your knees to the right. Take that left foot to sit on top of the bottom foot if you can. If you can't, it's still fine. Anchor the left shoulder as the knees go to the right and breathe. Now turn your head to the left and press your knees a bit more to the right. And slowly return your head and the knees to the center. And let's combine it all. Knees to the left, head to the right. Right foot stacked on top of the left foot. And anchor the right shoulder blade into the floor. Don't let it lift. Take a moment, don't be quick. Let's do one more each side. Knees to the right, head to the left, left shoulder pressing into the floor. And almost feel like you're trying to pull that left leg out of the hip. You're trying to stretch that left leg longer than the right leg. And return to the center. And then the other side, our final one here. So you take it to the side. Be sure to anchor the shoulder blade. And like I said, grow the right leg, the top leg, longer than the bottom leg. And just get that little bit extra out of the stretch and mobility work. And let's recenter back to the side, center, and keep those arms anchored out in line with your shoulder. Bring one leg into tabletop and then the other. And we're going to make it a little bit more about strength. You can do this with your feet on the ground if you feel like a softer option. I'd like you to scoop in the belly, pelvic floor on, and take your knees again to the right. Anchor the left shoulder. Feel the left waistline work now as you use it to pull yourself back to the center and back to the start. Let's go to the left, knees together, anchor the right shoulder blade down, pause, right waistline working to pull you back to the center. Breathe in to prepare and breathe out as you go side to side. It is one of my favorites, this move. Take it to the other side. And we're not going too fast. Slow and concentrated was today. I'm going to go too fast. We're going to do one more each side. I mean, as much as there is some strength work going in here, how nice does it feel to twist? Bring it back in. Good. Last one to the left. Press that right shoulder down. Don't forget that. And then come back to the center and lower your feet. And we'll go into our spinal roll-ups. Okay. So we've moved our spine side to side. We stretch side to side. Now let's move it up and down into flexion and extension. Pelvic floor on. Let's press that back into the mat. Feel the tailbone curl up as we roll the spine up one vertebra at a time. Pause at the top, take that breath in and breathe out now as you come back down. One by one, by one, by one, by one. And now we are back to the start. That's as slow as I want you to go. And again, curl the tailbone towards your belly button as you roll up. Stretch out of the thighs a little at the top. Breathe in and breathe out now as we come back down into two more. Check your knees out widening as well. Get those inner thighs on. Last one here. Breathe in and breathe out now as you come back down. Okay, so I have two options when it comes to waking up our core. Okay, the first one, take your left leg out straight and bend your right knee. Anchor the hips, the back of the hips to the floor, and keep your pelvis centered. And from here, you could go just out to the side. So my knee is heading towards the wall here on my right and back in. Okay, so that's a very nice gentle way just to fire up the abdominals, keep the ribs down as well and back in. Otherwise, join me in a circle. So we go to the side like we just did. We circle down and back around. And again, stir in the pot. Our hip is the pot. Now, not too fast. Feel the back of your hips as they move inside to side. You want to minimize that. Two more in this direction. Don't hold your breath. And also be aware of the back of your shoulders. Are they moving side to side? The whole torso should just stay on the ground. Let's reverse the circle. 5 more. Use the left heel in the floor as well gently to anchor you and give you some support. 3 more. Are you feeling your inner thigh yet? Last 2. Let's swap the legs. Right heel into the floor, left knee up, shoulders away from the ears. We're going to go away from the body first, down and around, or you can just do side out and side in. Breathe out as you go into the move and breathe in as it comes back in. Now reverse direction. 4 more. 3. 2. Last one here. And then have a rest. Okay, the next move is a little stronger. We're going to do what we call a reverse curl. And if it's not something for you, then I would suggest you repeat the leg circles we just did, or your side knees, or even a toe tap is fine as well. I'll demonstrate what the reverse curl is. We end up lifting the hips up and coming into a bridge. And from here, we actually take one knee to tuck the pelvis and pull it in towards our chest and come back down. And then we alternate. And you will allow the pelvis to tilt and flex with this one. And I want you to feel like you're tucking in the lower abdominals, like someone's punched you in the guts, and you're resisting that blow. Good. Give me 4 more. 3, 2. Last one here, and bring it back down, have a rest. Now we're going to alternate this with some glute work. Feel free to keep both feet on the ground and do bridges if you prefer, or cross one leg over the other. Tuck the foot that's on the ground a little closer to your glutes. From here, we lift the hips straight up and then tap the mat and go straight back up again. So a light tap as you come down if you can, and straight back up. So I don't want this glute to rest very much in between. I'm not going fast, but geez, I can feel that burn. Right? All right, give me 5 more if you can. Feel the back of the thigh as well. 4, 3, 2, last one here. And change the legs over. Or stick with a 10-second hold bridge with both feet on the ground. Let's lift. All right, 10 repetitions. 9, 8, 7. And I'm actively squeezing at the top. You know, I'm not just letting the move, just do the move. I'm using my brain to send a message to those muscles to tense up. Okay? All right, I think let's go 3 more. I might have given you an extra one there. 2, and last one. Okay, nice work. All right, take your left leg down straight. Let's enjoy another back stretch here. Take your arms out wide and float the right knee up. You all know where I'm going to go with this. We're going to use the opposite arm to pull that across. Okay, take it to where you can. Anchor the opposite shoulder, my right shoulder blade, down towards the floor. And then turn your head to the other side and breathe. Can you get that knee a little lower to the floor? Let's return to the center, change sides. So this is just a nice way to break things up, but we will go back to the strength after here, and we're going to repeat a similar exercise to what we just did. Breathe here. And then come back to the center. Okay, so I'd like to go back to the crossed leg, but we're not going to do a bridge. Watch this move first, okay? I haven't done this one before online, and it is quite a strong move. What you're actually going to do is think of that reverse curl, how we've lifted our hips and we pulled the legs towards each other. So we're going to start to tilt the hips back, scoop in the belly and lift up, and then come back down. Now, everyone's range could be a little different here. If you just get to here, that's fine, okay? If you can get a little more height, that's good too, okay? So just work with what's good. Now, not advisable if you have a disc bulge, okay? So if you have a disc bulge, I would go back to the reverse curl we did in our bridge position. Good, 2 more here. And last one. Now, just to remind you of the reverse curl while we have a moment, that was the one where we came up and we did our knee tucks here, okay? So this is a gentler way to work through the lower abdominals. All right, change legs. If you're doing the one that I'm doing, are you ready? Let's go. Tilt up and back. For some people, I know this will just be amazing for your lower back. Deb, maybe Kathy as well. See how you feel. And even though it looks like a pretty strong move, it's not too bad. You'll find a little bit of momentum, but still keep control. A couple more here. 2 more. And last one here. Nice work. Take your legs out straight. Super straight. Put your hands on the hip bones, okay? What I'd like for you to do is try to stretch one leg longer than the other. You're not going to see a lot on the screen from there, but you should feel your hips. One hip will lift higher than the other. So I'm actually trying to stretch my right leg longer than the left. So the left hip has moved up. Let's recenter. Level them out. Now take your left leg longer than the right, and notice the right hip bone lifts while the left reaches downwards, and return to the center. 4 more. Reach. Very subtle, but a great way to stretch your lower back muscles. For those who've ever sat on a fit ball, the soft ball, and you've ever hitched your hips side to side, this kind of mimics a similar motion, and reach long. Good. All right. Now, I know this is not for everyone here today. So if you want to continue with your leg reaches, continue with your leg reaches. Otherwise, take your elbows out to the side. Can you get them on the floor or close to the floor? Press the ribs down. And I'd like for you to slowly take your arms over your head without lifting them off the ground, and then come back down. And again, press the ribs down as the arms go over the head and back down. Now, there is a softer, gentle version of this, and there's pretty much snow angels. If you bring your arms down by your side and you just bring them up and over, that's fine too, okay? A little harder to control that rib flare. So see which one you like. And as you do this move, can you get the fingertips to reach together over the head in the middle and back down? Don't be too precious with the ribs. Try to keep them down, but if they lift a little, it's fine. It's just getting into your shoulder blades. 2 more. And last one here. Good. Bring your arms down by your side. Find a comfortable resting position. For some people, having your knees bent is better, and that does take pressure off the back. You can have them straight though. Okay, we've done this recently. We're going to do it again. We're going to turn our head to the left, all the way to the left. And I want your eyes to look at your mat as close in as you can. And once you're there, press your head firmly into the mat, like 60 to 70% effort. And hold here for a few seconds. Let's recenter the head. Take it to the other side. Turn all the way to the other side, my right here. Look down as much as you can towards yourself. And then press your head into the mat again here. And what this does is unlock the tension through your neck. Come back to the center and take it to the left again, or the other side, whichever side you started with, and press. Return to the center. Last one here as we take it to the right and press the head into the mat here as well. And recenter. Pull yourself up off the floor and sit upright. Okay. Ponytail's gradually coming apart on me. Sorry, guys. I'm doing the good old do the ponytail trick to stop me moving. Take a breath, take a moment. Okay. Now, what we're actually going to do is a little bit of a mermaid stretch and a hip opener. Now, I realise not everyone can get in the mermaid position, so your alternative is just to sit cross-legged and do your side stretch again. Okay, so you can do kind of what we did at the start of the class. Keep your arm in line with your ear. Otherwise, left leg is at a right angle forward. Right leg is behind at a right angle back. Okay, now my right leg is back. I'm going to bring the left arm up and take it across. And I'm going to reach across then. Now here's where we can get a little bit tricky here. So I'm going to slow the move right down. We're going to take this left arm behind a little. This right hand is going to reach up to the ceiling, but at the same time, we're going to lift the hips up and let it come along for the ride. So we're going to bring the arm up. We're going to open up through the front of the hips into our psoas area. And as you lift, squeeze your bottom. Give it a little squeeze here and come back down. Let's repeat the side stretch. Take it across. Have your arm in line with your ears. Give it some time. And then take that same arm behind, front arm up. Press the pelvis forward. Squeeze that right glute. Good. And then come back down. Nice work. Let's change legs if you can. All right, I have my right leg forward, left leg behind. Holding with my left hand onto my knee. The right arm up and across. Bring that arm behind you a little. Reach out and open up. Squeeze the glute. Look towards your hand a little bit more. I probably failed to say that a bit more, and just notice how you get that little extra. Bring it back down, back to our side stretch. So it's like the open book. The more your eyes look towards the hand, the extra range that you will get. Yeah. And last one here behind. Reach up, look up. Oh, that feels wonderful, right? Good. And then come back down. Now, I know there's a couple things I'm going to finish off here that's not for everyone, and that means lying on your tummy and just doing a little bit of back opening and back extension work. So if you need to sign off, I'll thank you for coming. Otherwise, join me onto the floor. And I'd like for you to have your elbows out to the sides in line with your shoulder, head down. From here, press your hands into the floor and start to look up ahead as you pull those shoulders down. Now, for some people, that might be enough. Otherwise, I'm going to get you to push your hands into the floor and add a little height here for me and go into your back extension. Enjoy the stretch through the front of your tummy. Okay, and then come back down. And we're going to do one more. Now, if you think about it, press the hands in again, draw those shoulders away from the ears. Find the range that works for you. When you sit at a chair, we can kind of slump and the abdominals muscles get a little bit tight in that position. So you're opening them up and then bring it back down. Now, when you come down, I want your hands under your forehead, resting the forehead on your hands. Have your toes together and your heels apart to relax your legs. Keeping your head down, shoulders away from the ears. Scoop in the belly and tuck under the ribs as you lift up an inch or two. And I want you to be aware of the muscles in the middle to the upper back, engaging and bring it back down. Now, those muscles will switch on if you keep your ribs tucked under. So by that, I mean just activating a little bit of the upper abdominals with the lower and come back down. Now, if you prefer not to have your hands under your head, you can have them down by your side and lift up like so. That's a little bit easier. And for those that have really rounded shoulders, is probably a better way for you to do it. And then back down. Try not to tense your legs too much here now as you come up. And then back down. Let's go two more. I'm going back to my hands under my head. And last one here. Tummy, 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 back at the top. Good. Let's bring the hands to the floor, push ourselves up. If you can you sit back either onto your heels or even up in space is fine. And we're going to reach our hands forward and take a moment to elongate the spine. Good. And then slowly sit up. We're almost there. Find a comfortable position. And then watch this. We're going to bring one hand around like so. And then the hands to grab. I hope you can see that. Okay. And we're going to get into a little bit more back extension here. Okay, so to start to lift your arms up, and there comes a point when you can't go anymore. Keep your ribs tucked under, don't let them lift up, and then come back down. And again, we're going to do 3 with this one arm. So pay attention to where your arms are placed. Last one here. All right, swap your arms over, untangle, take it the other way. All right, shoulders back first. Can you reach up? And down. Then we've got 2 more. Wow, looking outside, you'd think it was the middle of the day. It's so bright and sunny. We were whinging about the rain. Now it's too hot. All right, wonderful. Good work, guys. Feel free to do a little shoulder shrugs after that. Loosen up those shoulders. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today. It was nice, slow, nice, stretchy type of session. So well done.